to Pilates for Parkinson's and anyone else that wants to participate. My name is Meg, and here we are in what I would call part 2 of a full class, which we start seated, we move to standing, and then the floor. But you can be doing them in any order you want to. So, today what we're going to do is standing at the wall, and hopefully you have a space in your home that you can get a little wall stuff going on. I'm also going to use the chair, so let's go ahead and just stand up. And for me, I'm going to bring my chair in front of me, so I've got that extra support if I need it, and then I've got my wall. So either one of these you can use for balance. What I sometimes get hesitant about with a chair is if you start using it so much that suddenly you lose your alignment. Because like with everything we've done so far, it's all about that alignment. So let's start by standing on both feet, because it's a great way to check out what your balance is like today. And if you need to look down at your feet to start, yep, there they are. Feet are down beneath me. And feet probably about hip width apart, which is usually about a fist width between your 2 feet. Pressing down to the floor, that rebound effect of the crown of the head is reaching high. And for me, the moment I reached tall, I already felt my center engage. Shoulders are back. Maybe you take your hand to your belly for a moment and see if you could pull your belly away just a little bit. Let's take the hands down by the sides, or maybe you have a hand on the wall or fingertips on the chair. It's your call. And if you're comfortable with it, see how it would feel to allow your eyes to shut for a moment. If that's not comfortable, just go ahead and cast your gaze down to the floor. And instead of thinking about your alignment right now, feel your alignment. Feel your feet pressing down into the floor. When you did that, you may have felt your legs engaged, the crown of the head reach high. Shoulders are back just slightly. Belly is strong. And a little bend in those knees. Find your breath. So you could keep those eyes closed, or maybe you blink them open. What we're going to do to start, and hand, again, could be on the chair or the wall, or maybe by your sides. Lift your heels just the tiniest amount. And then lower back down. We're going to do several of those. This is a great way to kind of explore what your balance is like right now. And as you do this, you might be able to lift the heels a little higher each time. If you're wobbling a bit, notice, which way are you wobbling? Are your feet rolling out to the sides? Are you tilting forward? And then try to adjust whatever you need to adjust in your body to get a little more centered, a little more grounded. Next time you lift those heels, could you stay lifted for a few breaths? And you know my feelings. If you're wobbling, that's awesome, because wobbling works more muscles than just nailing that balance. So embrace your wobble. Nice. If you haven't already, go ahead and bring those heels down to the floor. So I'm going to move the chair out of the way just to make sure you can see me better. But if a chair is what you're using for balance, again, your fingers could be on the chair. What we're going to start with, maybe hand to the wall, is nice and tall, shoulders back. The foot that's away from the wall, just slide those toes forward and then back. And several times just like that, slide forward and back. Hand might come away from the wall. Or maybe instead of dropping the hand away from the wall, maybe you reach it up high and it could come away from the wall. So just slide those toes forward and then bring the foot back. Forward and back. Awesome. One more time. Forward forward and back. Kind of shake the legs out a little bit. This time, we're just adding to it a little bit, and what we're gonna do, nice and tall, slide that foot forward, and then take it out to the side. Back, forward, and then plant that foot down again. So it's just out, to the side, forward, and back down. Let's do several of those. Now that support leg, that knee's slightly bent. Nice. Next time the foot comes to the floor, let's just stop there again and shake those hips out again. So probably feeling it in that support leg, as well as getting some things going on in the opposite leg. So both sides of your pelvis are finding this. Find your balance again, decide how much you're using the wall. This time foot's gonna go forward, out to the side, and then back and around. Your belly is staying strong, and you're gonna end up leaning forward a little bit, but you're not rounding forward. My shoulders are still back. It's like, I say this all the time, it's like lightning is shooting out of the top of my head, so I've got all this energy coming up. And then bring that leg back around and place it to the floor. So out, around, and back. Belly is strong, around, and right where you started. So as you're doing this, maybe those toes are skimming along the floor, or maybe the foot's not on the floor. You're moving at your own pace. You've got the wall as you need it. Now notice, where are you looking? Quite often we get caught up in watching our foot. If you're watching your foot, your balance is going to be almost impossible. So keep the head up, looking straight out in front of you. Nice. Next time the foot comes to the floor, again, let's just shake those hips out. And this is going to be kind of weird, but I'm going to do it anyway. We're all going to turn around. Sorry about my back to you. And we're going to do the same thing. So your hand is to the wall, and you can play with where you want that hand. Or maybe you're using your chair, and your chair came around with you. Nice and tall, a little bend in the knees. Slide that foot forward, and bring it back. Toes forward, and then back. So we're going with several of those. And it's a great way to kind of establish what's your balance like today. That hand may be away from the wall. That support leg's got a little bend in the knee. Next time that foot comes to the floor, let's pause there. And now we're going to add to it. Foot comes out in front, and then around to the side. Back in front, and to the floor. So several of those. Toes out, and then around. Nice. So your spine stays long. You're as tall as you can be. Your shoulders are back. You should have an awareness of your center. Support knee, again, is slightly bent. That can help a whole lot with your balance. Next time that foot comes to the floor, pause there, and again, a little wiggling around with your hips. So find your balance again. Something really important, when you take that foot out, make sure that your hips didn't just suddenly collapse to the wall. You're still tall and strong, right? So this time we're going foot out, around to the side, and then back behind us. Your belly stays pulled in, and several of those. Out, all the way around, back, and step the foot to the floor. And continue just like that. Moving at your own pace. You decide what you're using with the wall. Again, remembering, maybe you're sliding the foot along the floor. Maybe the entire time those toes are hovering above the floor. time the foot comes to the floor, let's just shake those hips out a little bit. Let's even just shake a leg, shake everything. That leg all shaken out, get the other one. So, wanted to get all that balance and hip movement in, because we're gonna play around. If you do yoga regularly, we're gonna play with tree a little bit, and I love tree at the wall. You can play with how close you are to the wall, or how far away you are. I like about an arm's distance away with a little bend in my elbow. So find, again, your balance on both feet. Crown of the head reaching high. All those alignment cues that I keep saying. So what we're gonna do is come up on the toes of that foot that's away from the wall. My other leg, I got a little bit of a bend in the knee, and that's my support leg. Leg to the center of the room, I'm gonna take that knee out to the side. My toes are still on the floor, and my heel is pressing into my support leg. And I'm pressing the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. Maybe you slide the hand up the wall that's on the wall. The other hand might reach high as well. The shoulders are out of the ears. Your belly is strong. You might even take that hand away from the wall. If the hands reaching high aren't comfortable for you, you could bring your hands to your heart. Another option with the foot is you could actually slide the foot up, and I'm placing it on like the calf area of my leg. I'm not putting my foot on my knee, because that can just get your knee kind of wonky. So my foot is on the lower leg. I'm pressing the foot into the leg into the foot, and up, tall, crown of the head is high. Again, check out your balance here. Maybe you bring your hands to your heart. You could press those hands into each other, find some energy there. Maybe you chose to slide the hand up the wall and the opposite hand reaches high. Could take the hands away from the wall. Remember, embrace the wobble. Every time you wobble, you got muscles moving. If you're not wobbling and you've really nailed this balance, maybe you decide to put some wind in your tree. Check out how that goes. Woo. And then when you're ready, let's bring the hands down. Bring that leg to the floor. And again, a little shaking it out. Okay, so I'm gonna turn my back to you again, and we're gonna get the other side. So you'll just flip it around. Hand to the wall. Sometimes it seems like being closer would be smarter for your balance, but I encourage you to give yourself a little bit of space. Crown of the head is high, all those alignment cues. Come up on the toes of the foot that's to the center of the room. Make sure that hip didn't shoot into the wall, but keep that engaged. Take the knee out to the side, and let's all start with what I like to call seedling, because it's not a full tree. Your heel presses into the inside of the leg presses into the heel, and check out your balance here to start. That may be where you stay, or maybe you want to check out bringing the foot up a little bit higher. And again, press the foot into the leg into the foot. That gives you kind of this feedback loop, all of this energy. Strong through your center, great core work. Balance is a lot about core strength. You're playing with those hands, deciding what works for you, continuing to breathe. When you're ready with control, see about coming out of that position. Now, if you wanted to, you could go one more time on each side, as much, keep going as long as you want. Another option here, we did seedling, as I like to call it. Then we did tree with the foot on the calf. I said no foot on the knee, it can hurt your knees. Some of you, I've seen you do it before, you might be able to bring that foot up and place it all the way up on the inner thigh. If you want to check that out, check it out. It's always fun to play. Just be comfortable in your playing, challenge yourself a little, but be really smart. And that's it for this standing series. Thank you so much for participating. Hope to see you or you to see me soon. Take care.